Hey guys, Nox here, and this is episode 36 of Let's Talk with Some Random Guys and also the best and most awesome YouTuber in the world in high definition. Today is Tuesday, the 22nd of May, and our special guest is BIFFA2001. How are you doing?
Hello. I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's beautiful weather outside. First day in this year where I had short pants on, and
It
I'm
makes you feel so much better.
yeah, it did certainly. Okay, so let's start with the interview. How did you
Okie
get in,
doke.
yeah, how did you get into Minecraft?
That's a good question. How did it all start? I was thinking about this the other day. Where did I first see Minecraft? And I think I saw it on just on a random gaming website. Somebody did a little write-up about it. And I thought, oh, that looks interesting, and I bookmarked the page and left it at that. And then I was just on YouTube, and I thought I'd do a search for Minecraft, and found a few, probably the usual folk that people start off with: C Nanas, X plays Minecraft, Etho, I think, after a while as well, and watched quite a few videos, and then thought, I'd like to play this myself. So then bought the game.
And tell me your first reactions on the game.
I loved it. It's brilliant. I think I'm generally a creative person anyway, and just the sheer open-endedness, do what you like, build what you like. I just loved it. It was great. Wow, obviously spent many hours playing it, and yeah, that's been the same since the first time I started playing it till now. Just absolutely love it.
Can you remember which version you started playing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was beta 1.2.
Oh, so not too long ago.
So yeah, no, I mean it's been over a year,
Yeah,
but yeah,
yeah.
beta 1.2. Yeah, I'm trying to think what it was that first came in. I'm really scratching my brain because I remember pistons coming in. I remember beds being added. I think that might have been around that time. Um, but what was actually in the 1.2 update, I don't know
In
because
one
I just
point,
sort of dived in then.
I think 1.2 was where dispensers and note blocks have been introduced and with colored wool blocks. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
funny that. Yeah, you might be right, and that's quite funny because I think dispensers and note blocks are probably the least used item for me, especially note blocks. But yeah,
Yeah,
so it's been a while.
I don't use them in survival gameplay either. Maybe sometimes
No,
for a doorbell, but no real use for
yeah.
them. How did you start with YouTube?
Um, yeah, I suppose I'd watch, like I said, a load of videos with Minecraft, and I just really fancied having a go myself. I'd never done anything like that before, so I just made my first video. I'd actually already been playing for a while, and I just recorded in the world that I'd been playing in already. So I'd built quite a lot. Well, built a few things, but had a base going, all that sort of stuff. So I never did a first video punching the trees, all that sort of thing. And I just really liked it. I can't remember how many views I got, 10 or 12 on the first video, a few comments, which I always replied to, and I just really enjoyed the interaction with people that enjoyed watching what I was doing, and I got hooked from there. I've carried on ever since.
And have you been surprised that it all went so well in the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I started off with absolutely no expectations at all. It was just a bit of fun. Upload a few videos whenever I get the time, see what happens, and just got so much positive feedback, and it's just gone on from there. Yeah, I have really been surprised with that people really enjoy what I do, and I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased that people enjoy doing it. It feels nice to do a video and then get thumbs up, get comments is what I enjoy the most. Replying to the comments, recognizing the same guys that comment and have been watching videos for a year. I love it. I really do.
What's the story behind your username? Because most of the time somebody puts like a four digit long number. It's most of the time their year where they were born, like 1969. But I don't think that you're 11 years old, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm very young. Yeah, very old sounding voice. No, my name. It was. Oh dear, this was going back to. I think it was the very first email address I wanted to get. Wasn't Biffa 2001, but it had Biffa in the name, and Biffa came from some friends of ours that were, or friends of my wife's that I met, and it was just a word they used. They called people a Biffa, like you might call someone, an idiot, but you're only sort of joking, you silly idiot. They just called people a Biffa, and I really liked it, and I just sort of kept it in my mind. Yeah, and when it came to setting up a YouTube account, it ended up being Biffa. I think Biffa was gone. BIFFA001 was gone, and the very next thing was BIFFA2001, and this was before I even thought about doing a channel or anything. So I didn't give any thought to, what the name had to do with it. It was just BIFFA2001. That's free. I'll use that. So yeah, but that's where it came from. Some friends of ours calling people a Biffa.
So there's no real story behind the 2001.
No, that was just what was next on the list after 001. So nothing special with that.
Okay, now you're the first member of Hermitcraft server that I interviewed past the launch of the server, and so I thought that it would be cool to talk to you a little bit about the server.
Yeah,
and
sure.
First of all, two frequently asked questions: how can people join, and is Hermitcraft a copy of Minecraft? I think we can clear that all out now for everything.
I do get asked a lot, and also the other guys on the server as well. Quite often when we put a Hermitcraft video up, people want to know if they can join because they see we're having such great fun. So that's a real compliment when people ask that they want to join and join in. But the server's run by Generic B, and he said something the other day actually, which I thought was really nice. I didn't realise this was his thinking behind it, but he wanted to sort of think of Hermitcraft as a reverse fan server. So instead of having fans of Generic B on a server, like people open up fan servers, don't they? He wanted it to be a server for people that he liked. So myself, Izuma, Red Eye, Hypno, Kearshar, Corrales, all the other guys that are on it. And I thought that was really nice because I know he sort of commented on a few of my videos before Hermitcraft, but to think he likes my stuff enough to invite me onto a server was really good. But it's basically a whitelisted server for people that he's particularly a fan of, so he's not opening it up to anybody else at the moment. And is it a copy of Minecraft? No. it just so happens that Minecraft is
so
really, everybody knows it, and there's going to be comparisons. We're a group of guys having fun on a Minecraft server doing stuff, and that's where the similarity ends. We do our own stuff. We're not aiming to copy anybody.
And what future plans does the server have? Are you going to make something like the ultra hardcore matches that the guys on Minecraft made?
Yeah, we do have plans for stuff, and I can't say anything about them, but they are extremely exciting. Generic B is coming up with some excellent ideas, and we're all sticking some ideas in with it as well. And yeah, definitely watch this space. There's some really good stuff coming from Hermitcraft soon, hopefully.
And about the ultra hardcore thingy?
I don't know whether we'll actually do an ultra hardcore in the same way that Minecraft have basically made it famous. I think we're trying to do something similar but something different. We've got different ideas where as many of us guys on the server as possible can be involved, but we didn't want to just do a straight copy of something else. But you will love
I'm sure
it's coming up. It's PvP. I mean, that I'll tell you that much because I'm not giving anything away. But the rest of it's going to be amazing. Really good.
I would love to see that in future. How long have you been doing Redstone?
Not that long, really, in the grand scheme of things. I suppose it wasn't something I really sort of dived into when I first started playing Minecraft because I never really understood it. And I never really bothered to understand it. I saw all these other things people were making and thought how brilliant they were, and thought I could never do that. But then I made probably the first thing I made out of Redstone was actually thinking about it. Yeah, I suppose it was Redstone, but it was minecarts as well because it was all with the minecart boosters and that sort of thing. And I built a sort of a 4-way, or was it 6-way minecart station, and that was probably the first most complicated thing I built with Redstone. So that was probably 9, 10, 11 months ago, something like that.
And what inspires you to make all the stuff you do in your LP world and on Hermitcraft?
I suppose it depends really. The buildings that I make, I tend to sort of make it up as I go along. I mean, at the minute on Hermitcraft, I've got I'm aiming to just do something huge. It is going to be the biggest thing I've ever made. It's going to take the longest time. Clearing out a big. I'm basically digging a bowl in the middle of the sea, all the way down to encompass and include a stronghold that I'm inhabiting. So I've got to remove all the ocean, dig everything down. It's going to be a massive big glass bowl. And that was just an idea that popped into my head. But I sort of get little ideas, but as to actually how it all ends up, I just sort of make it up as I go along. And I think I say that in quite a few videos. If I'm going to do something, I'll just make it up as I go along, see how it turns out. Yeah. So I suppose a bit of inspiration as I go along, slight bit of planning as well.
And do you like other editions of 1.8, 1.9, such as food, new combat, and magical stuff?
Yeah, I don't know, I didn't like it all when it all changed when it first came out. I thought, oh, the game's changed too much. But yeah, I do like it. I suppose I probably changed the way I play the game as well, with the survival side of things, particularly being on Hermitcraft. It just seems to fit more, and with my Redux series. So things like food, yeah, new combat, enchanting, that sort of thing, it's really become a part of the game. I hope they do change the enchanting though, just to make it less random, because it just seems a bit pointless at the moment. You can just click, just keep clicking until you get the number that you want. So I think I'd imagine, yeah, they'd probably come up with a better idea for that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy those additions, yeah.
And do you like the end of Minecraft?
Do you know what? I've never actually completed the game. It was one of the things I was going to do in my single player world, and I was going to do it in a certain way, and I never actually got to do it because sort of Hermitcraft came up. But we are all going to do it together at some point. But I've seen the end. I mean, I've seen people defeat the dragon quite easily, and I think I probably put it off because I'm a bit disappointed that it's so easy. I'll be honest. Because I've been to the end, I've wandered around, done all sorts of stuff, and not been bothered by the dragon. And I think, considering it's meant to be the big end of the game, I'd expect it to be fireballs and things blowing up and make it really hard, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, my next question would have been if you guys on Hermitcraft are planning to fight the dragon, maybe all together or anything like that, because if you conquer the end, you guys would have a huge source of XP, even in multiplayer, with a really reliable system that's working.
That's it. I mean, Izuma is champing at the bit to get in the end and build the world's biggest Enderman farm. And yeah, we will do it. It's been there's been a heck of a lot going on with all of us to try and sort of arrange when we can get together and do it, but we definitely will do it all together soon, hopefully. I'm looking forward to doing it, but I think it'd be a lot more fun with the other guys and just doing it on my own, definitely.
And then making a big, huge special of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hermitcraft fighting the dragons, now starring generic B, BIFFA2001, Zuma, all those guys.
Well, hopefully we'll probably try and be clever about it as well. I think we will. I mean, one of the things I was going to do in my own world was I wasn't going to go kitted up with anything. I was going to take stone tools. Maybe I think you can use snowballs for the things, can't you? That are, you know, on the what are they called? The regeneration thing.
Yeah.
Maybe some arrows, and just go really ghetto with my stuff, and just do it like that, and just see how easy it is. But I'm sure we'll probably do it in some clever way when we get together.
Cool. If you could add one thing to Minecraft, what would it be and why?
That's a good question. I tell you what I'd like to see, which is something that I do sort of see a bit now I play SMP, is to make the game harder. Whether that means more mobs or making the mobs that we've got more difficult. I've noticed going from single player to SMP, because of the lag and because of the increased mob cap, quite often, if I'm on the server on my own, the amount of mobs is ridiculous compared to single player, and because of the lag it then becomes harder. And I've actually found going caving and just doing general day-to-day stuff to be a lot more nerve-wracking, because I'm now actually worried about the mobs, whereas on single player, once you got even iron armor, it just didn't become a worry anymore. So I think if they could really ramp up the difficulty, I think that would be definitely be a good addition.
And now the opposite, if you would have to remove one thing, what would that be?
Let me move one thing. I don't know about remove. I mean, I mentioned before about changing the way they do enchanting because that's a bit pointless at the moment. What would I remove? I don't know. I mean, there's certain things about the game that I really don't like, but that's just from a gameplay point of view. Cave spiders, I've mentioned that so many times in videos and let's play things that they just drive me insane. And on multiplayer now, SMP, they're just 1,000 times worse. But
Yes.
I wouldn't remove them from the game though, because you still get a bit of enjoyment out of getting poisoned and nearly dying 100,000 times.
So no real thing that you would like to remove in the game.
No, I don't think so. There's nothing that I hate enough to say you've got to take it out of the game. No.
Okay, now in the last Hermitcraft video, you had the options to ask your own questions, and you guys want to know a lot of things from Biffa. I think it was the second most time of how many questions we got after Mr. Sefbling himself. So
That's really good.
perfect support of you guys.
Yeah, thanks guys to everybody that submitted a question. I really appreciate it. I'm really pleased.
Yeah, and I picked the most interesting questions, and you added some to that, and now we're going to answer them.
Okay.
So, the NSC Gaming wanted to know, what do you think of how the Premier League ended?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I'm a Spurs supporter, Tottenham Hotspur, and they came fourth, which would normally mean a Champions League place, but it all came down to, would Chelsea win against Bayern Munich? That was the most nerve-wracking game of football I've ever watched in my life. I was supporting Bayern Munich all the way, and it was so close. So, yes, I was very disappointed that happened, and basically Spurs aren't in the Champions League 2 years in a row. Very annoying. So, yes, a bit disappointed, but Man City winning, I don't mind. I don't mind who wins, to be honest. Just a bit gutted.
Personal question of me, now that they're Spurs not playing in the Champions League, do you think that Modric and Bale will go? Leave
if they did, I wouldn't blame them, because they're such high caliber players. I think they would be happy to go and play for a team that is in the Champions League or doing bigger things, because I think you need to get a lot of momentum going to keep your big players, and I think Tottenham have just lost that a bit. If they'd got in the Champions League, I think they would have happily stayed. So if they do go, I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, next question is from I Am the Master 2, and he asks, as a programmer, I have to ask, what did you do in IT, and are you a programmer? If so, which programming languages do you know?
No, I'm not a programmer. The most programming I've ever done is in BASIC, when I used to have, I'm pretty sure it was BASIC, I used to have an Amiga 1200A, going back a long time now. And it was before that. I had a Sinclair Spectrum, I'm forgetting, and I used to copy out the code that was in the Sinclair magazine. But as to actually programming, I don't do it at all. I used to be in sales. IT is just an interest of mine. I know a lot about computers. I used to build and sell them. So it was basically just sales.
Juggelberg wants to know, how old are you?
How old am I? I'm 37. Okay. Oh no, I'm 11. I'm 11, aren't I?
Yeah, don't forget that. Mudkipman99 has a lot of no, he only has one question, but what subjects in Minecraft do you think you are the best at? And he has a few examples. Redstone. Do you think you're good at that, or?
No, I wouldn't really. No, compared to some of the really good guys. I mean, Doc M, Etho, Izuma on the Hermitcraft server. There's tons of people out there that are so much better than me. I tend to PvP, I think I'm pretty good with that. I've gone up against Kearshaw on the server a few times, and I've lived to tell the tale. So, but I tend to, I don't necessarily just straight copy other people's redstone inventions, but if I see something I think I can use in my world, then I'll try and integrate it into what I do, maybe change it a bit, put a nice design around it, that sort of thing. That's what I quite like to do. But I'd love to have the mind that can just look at something. Like Izuma, we were working yesterday on the episode that I've just put up about 5 minutes ago, and he was helping me build these two things for filling in the ocean, and I was struggling with it, and they're not that complicated really, but he could just look at it and, oh, that's what we need, a bit of redstone here, something there. And I wish I was that good with redstone, but it's going to take me a lot more practice.
Talking about Izuma, how did Scott K3949 wants to know, how did you meet Izuma?
That's a good question, actually. Me and Azuma have spoken about this. He said he actually PM'd me a long time ago on YouTube, and I don't remember. And that's nothing against Azuma. I haven't got the best memory anyway. But he PM'd me, asked me a few questions, and he said I answered his questions, because I always reply to PMs and comments. But then I was following his channel because he's done some great things on his channel. And then I think I was in contact with Doc M and suggested, I think this is right, his channel, Izuma's channel, and I'm sure Doc M then mentioned him, and me and Izuma just sort of stayed in touch after that. And then it's just so happened that we've then ended up on Hermitcraft together, which has been really good, because we've done a few videos together now. And yes. Thoroughly enjoy it.
Martin H2601 wants to know, what do you think about Birmingham?
What do I think about Birmingham? I think this is a reference to a live stream we did a while ago when I was joking and talking about people from Birmingham. But no, I've got no problem with Birmingham and people from Birmingham. Even got a half decent football team. There you go. No, it was just a joke, I think. And
I think he even wrote, do you remember the reference? And the
I think that's what it was. I think Generic B keeps popping it on some of my videos as a comment saying I must be from Birmingham. But no, I love people from Birmingham, no problem at
all. Okay, Shylak wants to know, before you first played Minecraft, were there any games that you played a lot or enjoy in particular?
Yes, the one game, or the one series of games that I've always played is Civilization. The strategy game. I've played that since the very first Civilization, through every single version up to Civilization 5, which I don't get as much time to play as I'd like because I'm so busy with Minecraft, but that is something I've played a lot. But when I was younger, I used to really like football management games, and now you're talking about games before they got all clever and had graphics like Championship Manager and Football Manager. I used to play football management games when it was just text on the screen and figures, and I used to absolutely love those games. bit of a nerd, but Civilization is the one other game that I'll always buy and always play those.
And would you consider it being your all-time favorite game besides Minecraft?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say Civilization 4. For those out there that are actually interested in that detail, that's my particular favourite.
Okay. Whoops, where did I put the questions? Okay, right there. Have you or would you ever consider making videos for anything other than Minecraft?
Yeah, I was just talking about this today with a couple of chaps on Hermitcraft. I'd like to, but I don't know whether other people would be interested in seeing me play something else, because I do notice, and this isn't just with my channel, with even very large channels that are predominantly just Minecraft related. I'm going to turn my Skype off because it's popping up. I won't cut the call off. I'll just do that. So yeah, I'd like to do some other games. I don't know what, and I don't know whether people would like to watch it. I may pick a little indie game that's quite good fun, that won't last for too long, and just give it a go and see what sort of response I get to it. Hopefully a good one. We'll see.
Okay, continuing with the Turbinator 00 or 00, and he has a couple of questions. What's the best decision you've ever made in your career as a YouTuber?
That's a very good question. I suppose the biggest thing that's really helped me the most, even though I wouldn't say I made a conscious decision to do it. I've just been doing it anyway, but is to really interact with the community. So comments on your own videos, I always reply to all of them. Any questions I ever get sent, I'll help people out if I can. But also on other videos as well. So the people that I liked, I always comment on their videos, and I don't mean this in a way that I was trying to, but it can get you noticed, because I mean I always commented on Etho's videos and Doc M's videos, and they both really helped me out when I was a very small channel, because they regularly saw me commenting and that sort of thing. When I had some videos that I knew they'd be interested in, they returned the favour, and a comment from somebody like Etho or Doc M, I'd get, 200 subscribers and 1,000 views off the bats, which, if you're trying to build a channel, is brilliant. But it all basically comes back down to being involved in the community, your own community that you sort of build around your channel, but also the other guys that you like watching as well, definitely.
His next question was the contrast. What was your worst decision you've ever made in your career as a YouTuber, or is there any?
I don't know about, it's nothing totally that I really regret. I mean, I've done things like I've started a series on a certain Vex map, and just never finished it. And it was just because of things that were happening at the time. Maybe then I was more concerned with, I was getting more views on my single player than on the map. So I've never finished it. And I suppose, I say I don't regret it. I suppose I do to a certain point. I'd like to not have on my channel any unfinished series, but I've done that twice now. I started a map called Final Fantasy, absolutely amazing map, but for making LPs on it, pretty hard, because you could play for 2 hours and maybe only have 20 minutes of content. So when you're trying to run a channel, that's so hard, and I've had to just stop that, and I think people have realized why, and that's a shame. I don't like to do that, because now I'm getting people going back and watching my videos from a long time ago, which I've never really had before. And then maybe get into episode 5 of a series and it doesn't finish.
Yeah.
And I feel a bit bad, but I can't really do much about it. I have not got the time to go back and finish them. So yeah, I suppose that's really. I suppose the lesson you could take from that for people that are listening is really think about what you're starting if you've got the time to finish it. There's some wisdom for you there.
Yeah, I already experienced that by myself. I think I think I'm actually playing the third Vex map at the moment on my channel, which I hope I can finish Levermere, because basically it's an easy map, but it's so huge, and to find all those dungeons, I think I only have 3 or 2 or 4 dungeons left, but I simply can't find them, and I walked across the whole land and I can't find an entrance or anything, so I'm not quite sure. I probably will finish it with all the dungeons. I still know where they are, but I'm not sure if I will finish the whole thing.
I think what I'd probably do next time, because I would like to do another sort of map as well, is I will maybe play the whole map through and have all my videos ready to go, and then I know I finished it. And then upload them, because I'd hate to get halfway through something else again and not finish it. So maybe I'll do that next time.
Yeah, new Vex map is coming out in pretty soon, so
yeah, I'll keep my eye open.
Yeah, his next question is, what's your favorite video that is not from you?
I wouldn't say there's necessarily one video that I would pick as a favorite, but there's a channel that I really enjoy, and it's because I can enjoy the videos with my son, my little lad, and also my my baby as well, is just sort of got involved, which sounds funny until I tell you what it is. And it's a channel run by a chap called Sean V. Martin, and his channel's called Chances Are Limited. This is just his drum channel, and he does drum covers, and he'll do like a few a week, and maybe a few of the songs I haven't heard of, but quite often he'll come out with songs that I think, oh, I love that song years ago. And we put the music on and we have a good old dance in our front room here, and my little boy loves it. And they're my favourite videos on YouTube, because every now and again we'll just have a dance session and we'll queue up 4 or 5 of them and just go nuts dancing.
Yeah, maybe we can put that channel in the description for all the viewers that they can check it out by
Check
themselves.
it out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and his last question is, what's your favorite video that you made?
The favourite one I've made, I probably got a couple for different reasons, and I'm racking my brain trying to think of the name of the one that I'm thinking of. The most favourite one I've made was called Great Baby News. I think episode 40 or 41 of something of my single player, because we just had a baby and I was just talking all about it. And I got great response from that video as well, which was excellent. But I just did a bit of caving, nothing particular, and just spoke about how happy I was, and I really enjoyed making that. That's for maybe a more personal, emotional reasons. The one I enjoyed actually putting together the most was my 100th video special, which I call Ravine Chase, and it was it had a little story. I seem to do this thing when I make special videos, milestone videos. I have this sort of story, something unexpected will happen, things will get blown up, different things will happen. And this one, I sort of got teleported to this ravine and I had to escape. And there was no talking, it was just music, and there was all sorts of things coming at me, blaze spawners and all sorts. And I really enjoyed making it, and I also just released it as a little map as well. And I did a behind the scenes video. And I think I actually invented something, which is the first time I've ever done that, which was used on this, and that was using a dispenser with the new mob eggs that were released at the time. And I put that all together and got, from those sort of 3 or 4 videos that tied that all together, got a brilliant response. And I thoroughly enjoyed making that, which is the first time I've sort of done something like that.
I think I found your channel first through the Great Baby News video. I can't mistake, really? But I think I made... I think even Doc featured you as subscriber of the week with that. I'm not sure.
I think so. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I think that's how I found your channel.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I mean, that isn't. I mean, I think I got nearly 5,000 views on that. That isn't the most popular video I've done. I think that was. I did one of Izuma's maps, or I think it's the only map he's made, called The Most Extreme. And the first episode of that, I think I got 11,000 views. I'm thinking whether either that or one of my later Redstone ones is the most views I've got ever on a video. So that was pretty popular. Oh no, the most I got was on my bullet train, which was 20,000 views. Which wasn't my idea at all, which I do say in the video. It was somebody else's idea, but I thought I could improve on the way he made the video, and I asked his permission. But I think Seth Bling saw that video, and I think if he sees a video and likes it, you're going to get a few views.
Oh yeah.
And I got 20,000 views and about 1,000 thumbs up on that, which was amazing.
Not bad.
Yeah.
XV-only-banana wants to ask, what is it like being fake Bash? And with Bash, for the information to other viewers that don't know Bash, he is a guy from Minecraft server, and his YouTube channel is I think it's W92 Bash.
That's it.
Yeah. And he's not 92. It's the same with Biffa.
He's really old. He's very old.
Yeah, Biffa is 11 and Bash is probably 92. And I even did an interview with him, and if I don't forget it, I may put it in the description, but if I forget it, I think you guys can find it on my channel.
I think it's just because of my voice. People seem to think I sound like Badge. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not Badge. We're 2 totally different people. I've never spoken to him. I watch some of his videos sometimes if I get a chance. But yeah, it's good fun. It makes me laugh though when people put comments like that. I don't mind.
Okay, Snorken or Snurken. SNOORKEN. Not quite sure how to pronounce it.
I think you've got near enough.
Yeah, I think I did. He asks a personal question. How did you meet your wife?
I met my wife because I came up to the area that we live now, because my cousin had a party, and I just came up and met her at the party, and we hit it off and stayed in touch. And then eventually I moved up here myself, lived on my own for a bit. But yeah, what was funny is because obviously my cousin lives up here where my wife does, where I do now as well. Myself and my wife quite likely would have played together as children when I came up to visit my family up here, but wouldn't remember it because we would have been toddlers. And then X amount of years later, we've actually met again, you could say, and ended up getting married.
Phew, I thought you were making like a TV show which is running about 4 seasons on how you met the mothership, but
How I met my wife. Yeah. Season 2.
okay, game physics just has a quick, discrete questions. What is your credit card number and what are the pins?
Oh yeah, let me get that. Hang on a
Yeah.
second.
Okay,
It's
no
yeah, I've got it here. 7. You write this down.
Yes, I'm
7432. You're writing it down.
Yeah.
I'll give you the rest later.
Okay.
I won't give it to everybody else.
Oh, okay. Okay. Continuing. Cybers41 wants to ask, how big is your family?
Well, my family is myself, my wife, my 2 boys. My family is my dad's one of 8 brothers and sisters. Most of those have got children. Most of those have got children. My mum's side of the family, she's always kept in touch with cousins and second cousins as well. So that's a really large side of the family too. So actual numbers I don't know, but a heck of a lot. Very big.
And yeah, the last question today from you guys is from TorDR or Tordr, and he asks, how can you combine having 2 small children and lots of Minecraft without getting into trouble on the home front?
I can't. I'm in trouble all the time. No, it is hard. I suppose it's just planning ahead, really. I mean, I tend to play Minecraft, record videos, perhaps in the evening. Boys are in bed. Maybe my wife's doing something else. I mean, tonight she's out, so I've got time to sit down, do the interview. Maybe normally on the Tuesday evening I do 2 or 3 videos, but it's just trying to plan to fit around because I don't want to not spend time with the boys, miss them growing up. Certainly when you've got children, they take most of your time. But it is hard. I mean, if you want to, well, this is the same whether you've got children or not. If you want to grow a YouTube channel, it really takes dedication and patience and lots of hard work. And then if you've got children on top of that as well, I think you've got to double or treble that.
So you have 3 children, actually.
Yeah, well, me as well.
And you're even 11, so whoa.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, I'm busy for an 11-year-old.
Okay, yeah, thanks guys for all your questions. There have been so many more questions. We couldn't answer them all. Or not most of them. A lot of them were already in my question set, and some of them were double asked. And I hope that we answered most of your questions. And yeah, continuing to the my part of the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine something like a sequel to Minecraft?
No, because I don't think they'll ever do a sequel because they just keep upgrading it and adding new things to it. I'd be very surprised if they ever just drew a line under it and said, now we're going to do Minecraft 2, because it just seemed a bit pointless, to be honest, because the first thing you'd want to do is add everything you had in Minecraft 1, then improve it anyway. So, but I think they're going to continue improving it and building on it and making it better for a long time to come. But I think it's always going to be the Minecraft that we all started with back in beta whenever.
Do you own like a Xbox 360 or a smartphone which can run either Minecraft Pocket Edition or Xbox 360 version?
No, I've not got a games console. I've just got a couple of PCs and my phone. I'm so glad it doesn't run Minecraft because I just would not get anything done ever. So I don't plan on upgrading my phone for Minecraft at all, ever. Thank you.
Do you have any goals that you want to achieve with your channel?
That's a good question. Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I haven't really got any sort of goals as in subscriber size, or I'm never gonna have it as my main job or anything like that. I mean, I'm happy with the job I do. I don't think I could trust my livelihood and my family to something like YouTube. I know plenty of people do, but I don't think I could. It could all, if it all collapsed tomorrow, I'd be pretty stuck.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy to to keep on providing stuff that people enjoy, that people comment and interact, with me with, and just keep on doing that. And if the side effect of that is that my channel grows bigger, then that's good. But yeah, just to keep it going as long as I can, and to enjoy doing it is the main thing. I'm not going to do it if I don't enjoy it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
That's perfect. Tell me something about your future projects. Maybe that you give some minor spoilers.
Yeah. Let me think. I suppose I've sort of mentioned it before. I mean, we're definitely doing something on the Hermitcraft server that you guys are not going to want to miss, and it's going to be huge. I think it's going to be, I didn't want to do any comparisons to Minecraft and Ultra Hardcore, but the sort of way Ultra Hardcore has taken off, I see this thing that we're going to do taking off as well. People are going to absolutely love it. They're going to want to play it. They're going to want to watch it. Personally, myself, I suppose in my world, a lot of people really know what I'm doing at the moment, because I'm working on this huge project, the Bowl that I'm calling it. I haven't got a better name for it yet, which is going to take a long time. Yeah, that's probably about as far ahead as I planned, and I will be doing some other map, maybe a new Vex map, or the new Final Fantasy map, Final Fantasy 2.
I think it's already out, isn't it?
It may well have been, yeah. I saw the other day it was out soon, but I think that's more designed for LPers in mind. So I'm going to take a look at that, and if that works well for doing a regular series, then I may do that with somebody else. I'd like to maybe grab one of the guys on the Hermitcraft server and do something with them, because that's such good fun. So that's the sort of rough sort of plans I have whizzing around my head.
Do you think there will be an end of Minecraft type?
I suppose as long as they keep upgrading it and adding stuff to it, I wouldn't think so. If ever they finally say, that's it, we're not going to do anything more to it, I think you'd still get a few years out of it, because there's so much you can do with the game. It's so open-ended. But I think it's going to be such a long time before that happens. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if my boys grow up and they're playing it. To be honest, I think it's such a groundbreaking game. I think it's going to be around for a very, very long time. It may be in 15 years' time so different from what we play now, the same as when we had the Adventure update added. That changed the game a lot. So in 15 years' time, it may be almost an entirely different game. But I think it's going to be around for a long time.
I don't think that wouldn't be that much of a huge deal for you if you're 26 then.
That's true, yeah. I could still be going strong at 26.
Yeah, maybe you can still fit into the game and all the new stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll see in the future. If there will be another Minecon, it will be in Europe. And do you want another Minecon? And if yes, where shall it be in Europe?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would absolutely love to go. There was no way I was going to go. It was Las Vegas, wasn't it, last time?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was.
I don't like flying anyway, so I never would have gone, even if I had the money. If it was in London or Birmingham, because I love the people in Birmingham, I would go without hesitation. Even if it was somewhere a bit further afield, like France or somewhere, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, if it was within travelling distance and in Europe, I would go like a shot.
That sounds perfect. But don't forget to take your wife with you, because traveling at your age might be a bit.
Yeah,
dangerous.
I can't go on my own. That's right,
Yeah.
being 11, so I'll take my wife.
And yeah, that's already it with our interview. I had great fun today. I think that's, if I can say that, I probably will say that to another video sometime in the future. But I think until now that was one of my best interviews, if I may say that to myself. And you were great as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, if you guys like the video, which you hopefully did, even though we talked some off-topic, not Minecraft-related stuff as well, but I don't think that you guys won't love it, because you even asked it. So why wouldn't you love it?
They wanted to know, so.
So it would be great if you could give this video a thumbs up or even comment on it, because yeah, same as with BIFFA, I like to answer comments, because comments are such good feedback, and if there well written. It's only fun to read them.
Definitely.
And if you don't know Biffa yet, be sure to check out his channel out. He's in the not he, but his channel is in the description. And yeah, you can click the link and subscribe to his channel, or first check all of his videos out, his Hermitcraft LP and his regular stuff. So yeah, I think that's all there is to it, and that's all for today. See you guys next time.
See you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye bye.